Russ Francis was the public face of a very private team. Articulate and personable, he was the go-to guy for reporters who felt the chill from the 49ers' frosty attitude towards the Bay Area media. Francis often appeared in sports segments for San Francisco station KGO.
Let's go play. When I get in the car, it's time to just relax and let everything go.
Francis was a natural athlete and a natural in front of the camera. He was as gregarious and outgoing in real life as he was on television.
What's going on, Dion? So I feel I'm sharing something with him, and I figured if we're going to share something, we might as well have some fun sharing it.
See you, man.
Take care.
All right. Y'all win one for me, all right?
All right, Dion. I start thinking about the game again, seriously, when I get on the field. You get that kind of really pumped up, excited feeling before the game there during introduction when you're with your teammates and you've sort of regrouped and this is what we're going to do today. We're going to go knock them out and win this football game. You line up, the play starts, you run into a couple of guys and you're looking for a way, trying to find the opening to get into the end zone. And then that feeling is the greatest feeling in the world. And I just like to walk back and thank my teammates for helping me get in there. And we're all doing this together.
When Francis came to San Francisco in 1982, what the team did together was lose. The 49ers were 3-6 during that strike-torn season. Prior to 1982, Francis had been to the playoffs twice with the New England Patriots. As a rookie in 1975, he lacked even the most basic knowledge of pro football.
The first professional football game I ever saw was the first one I played in, and that's because I grew up in Hawaii pre-satellite TV where we didn't get the games. So when I came to New England as a surprise draft choice in 1975, I had never seen a game.
But Francis proved to be a fast learner.
Grogan has time. He fires. Complete to Francis. 20, 15, 10, 5. And he did! He did the touchdown! A great pattern run by Russ Francis.
When Francis played on Monday Night Football, he was tagged with a nickname that caused him more grief than glory.
Howard Cosell comes up early in the season and says, Russ Francis, number 81, all-world tight end. Well, you could have heard a pin drop the next morning when I walked into the locker room, and then guys just kind of file back by me. You'd think there'd be a little bantering, yeah, all-world, how you doing? It was all-world my tookus. I got hit a little extra hard that day. I got hit a little extra hard by the opposition, actually a lot extra hard by the opposition. A guy actually threw a head of lettuce at me in a grocery store. This guy was not happy with the way I'd performed, and he certainly didn't think I was all world. So he said, hey, Francis. I spun my head around, and here came a head of lettuce. Luckily, he missed. He wasn't a very good shot. So I called Howard Cosell up, and I said, Mr. Cosell, could you stop calling me all world? He said, get tough or get out. Click.
The happy-go-lucky Francis eventually grew disenchanted with pro football. He walked away from the game after the 1980 season.
After 6 years, things just weren't going the way that I guess maybe I thought I wanted my life to go, and I decided to retire from football.
You guys are fantastic all year.
While working for ABC Sports at the 1982 Pro Bowl, he interviewed Joe Montana and Montana's coach.
I met Bill Walsh after the 49ers had won their first Super Bowl. At the Pro Bowl, he was coaching with his staff, and I was doing an interview with Bill for ABC Sports. We met poolside, and he brought up the question of whether or not my football career was over. I was certain it was over.
But Walsh talked Francis into returning and made a trade that brought him to San Francisco for the 1982 season. After winning the Super Bowl in 1981, the 49ers found it difficult to duplicate their success. Francis made some big plays during the season, but he made them for a team in turmoil. Some of Francis's new teammates were rankled by his laid-back, easygoing approach to the game.
We're trotting down the field in a practice where we weren't wearing pads. It was kind of three-quarter speed, and Ronnie Lott came out of nowhere and just nailed me, tattooed, knocked me down to the ground. A very spirited wrestling match ensued. This is Ronnie's second year. This is my 7th year. I thought I'd get more respect from the young guys. But Ronnie was a hard-nosed player, and you came into his area and you weren't ready. I think he hit me because he saw that I was just kind of relaxed. And he wanted to let me know that nobody came into Ronnie Lott's area relaxed.
In 1983, Francis emerged as a valuable contributor to the team's resurgence.
In 1983, I buckled down and I promised myself that I was going to give everything I had to the team. They started to embrace the fact that they had a guy that really did care about what happened to them, what happened to their team. By the end of the 1983 season, occasionally I'd get a slap on the shoulder, hey, good job, we're all right. Occasionally Bill Walsh would say, yeah, that was okay. And that made a big difference in, I think, the way that I responded to them, because I'm a pretty reserved guy. Eventually, I started to feel like I belonged.
Because I don't want to take too much of an inside cut because I don't want him to go right around me either.
No, Randy will be out there if he goes around you.
By 1984, Francis was no longer the flashy, all-world tight end who made big plays downfield. Instead, he had become a solid performer who blocked superbly and made tough catches over the middle. Although he spent 6 weeks on injured reserve, Francis returned for the postseason. In Super Bowl 19, he had one of his best games in a 49er uniform as he caught 5 passes for 60 yards. In 1984, Russ Francis won a Super Bowl ring and finally felt at home in San Francisco.
Thanks. Did they come to see an offense or what?
It's a real pleasure playing with this team, with these guys. They're a nice bunch of guys, really are. Tell their mothers, their fathers,